For decades, General Hospital has thrived on ambition, power plays, moral gray areas, characters who believe, sometimes arrogantly, sometimes sincerely, that they are destined for more than the world has yet allowed them. But even by Port Charles standards, the latest declaration from a beloved GH fan favorite has sent shockwaves through the fandom. In a recent interview that instantly went viral across social media, conventions, and soap message boards, the longtime star casually dropped a bombshell that no one saw coming. A presidential run? At this point, it feels inevitable. Just one word, inevitable, was enough to ignite a firestorm. Was it a joke? A tease? A personal ambition bleeding into fiction? Or something far bigger that could blur the line between actor, character, and cultural moment? As fans dissect every syllable, one thing is clear. This is not just idle chatter. This is the kind of statement that reshapes legacies, storylines, and the way soap stars are perceived in the real world. And if history has taught us anything, it's that General Hospital has never shied away from letting fiction flirt dangerously close to reality. The star at the center of the conversation has long been a pillar of General Hospital. A character who commands attention the moment they enter a room. A presence defined by conviction, intensity, and an unwavering belief that they are right, even when everyone else says they are wrong. For years, fans have joked that this character already behaves like a head of state. They negotiate. They threaten. They protect their own at all costs. And perhaps most importantly, they inspire loyalty. So when the actor suggested that a real-life presidential run might be unavoidable, it didn't feel completely absurd. In fact, for many fans, it felt strangely logical. Soap operas have always been a mirror of society, and General Hospital has often leaned into political themes: corruption, justice, moral authority, and the consequences of power. This character, in particular, has spent decades navigating those very waters. Whether through courtroom battles, hospital boardroom wars, or family dynasties built on influence, the foundation has already been laid. The only question is, was this destiny always written? Within hours of the interview being published, social media exploded. Some fans were thrilled. Honestly, I'd vote for them tomorrow. Others were stunned. I watch soaps to escape politics, not bring them into real life. And then there were those who saw something deeper. This feels like a storyline waiting to happen. GH has been planting seeds for years. Fan forums filled with speculation. TikTok edits juxtaposed iconic GH scenes with real political speeches. X, formerly Twitter, debates raged over whether soap actors should even discuss political ambition publicly. But one thing united almost everyone: no one could stop talking about it. Part of why the statement resonated so strongly is because of the character's history. This is not someone who shies away from leadership. They have taken control during crises, made impossible decisions under pressure, stood their ground against institutions bigger than themselves, sacrificed personal happiness for what they believed was right. In the world of General Hospital, they've already governed lives, deciding who lives, who falls, who rises, and who pays the price. In many ways, fans argue, they've already been playing president, just on a smaller stage. So when the actor says a presidential run is inevitable, fans can't help but wonder, is art imitating life, or is life finally catching up to art? Soap operas have always produced larger-than-life figures. Actors whose voices carry weight far beyond daytime television. From advocating for mental health awareness to championing social justice, GH stars have frequently stepped into the real world as activists, speakers, and cultural commentators. But a presidential run? That's new territory. And yet, not entirely unprecedented. Actors have successfully transitioned into political leadership before. Fans are quick to point out that charisma, communication skills, and emotional intelligence are cornerstones of both acting and politics. This star has all three, in abundance. The phrasing of the comment continues to haunt fans. Inevitable. Not possible. Not unlikely. Not a dream. Inevitable implies momentum. A path already in motion. Industry insiders suggest that celebrities often float ideas publicly to gauge reaction. If the response is strong enough, positive or negative, it becomes data. And the reaction here has been overwhelming. If this was a test balloon, it worked. Soap fans are nothing if not imaginative. Almost immediately, theories began circulating about how General Hospital might incorporate a political arc inspired by the real-life comment. Ideas include a mayoral or gubernatorial run in Port Charles, a national political appointment tied to Washington, A storyline exploring ambition versus morality. A rise to power that fractures families and alliances. GH has always excelled at stories where personal relationships collide with public responsibility. A political storyline would be fertile ground for betrayal, loyalty, sacrifice, and heartbreak. And if the show chooses to lean into it, fans believe it could redefine daytime storytelling in 2026 and beyond. Supporters see leadership, critics see ego. Not everyone is cheering. Some critics argue that the statement reflects overconfidence, or worse, ego. They worry about celebrity politics overshadowing substance. Others fear that the fandom's devotion to a fictional character could blur judgment in real life. But supporters counter with passion. They argue that leadership isn't about perfection, it's about conviction. And conviction is something this star has never lacked. One reason this declaration carries weight is longevity. This isn't a flash-in-the-pan celebrity seeking relevance. This is someone who has earned trust over decades. Fans have grown up with them. They've watched them evolve. They've seen them fall and rise again. That kind of emotional investment is rare. And in politics, emotional connection often matters as much as policy. Let's imagine the unthinkable becomes real. A campaign announcement. A slogan. A platform. Soap fans would mobilize instantly. Rallies would feel like conventions. Interviews would be dissected like spoilers. Every word analyzed for hidden meaning. And General Hospital would exist in a strange, fascinating space, where fiction and reality reflect each other in real time. It would be unprecedented. It would be chaotic. It would be very GH. Whether or not a presidential run ever materializes, the statement has already done something powerful. It has reframed how fans see this star. It has sparked conversations about leadership, influence, and destiny. It has reminded audiences that soap operas, and the people who bring them to life, still matter. In an era where daytime television fights for relevance, moments like this prove that General Hospital remains deeply woven into the cultural fabric. Is a presidential run truly inevitable? Maybe not. But ambition has always been at the heart of great soap storytelling. And sometimes, the boldest declarations are less about certainty, and more about daring the universe to respond. One thing is undeniable. Port Charles may be fictional, but the passion it inspires is very real. And as fans continue to debate, dream, and divide over this shocking statement, General Hospital once again proves why it remains the most enduring drama of them all. Because in Port Charles, and perhaps beyond, power always finds its way to those who believe they are meant to have it.